It's so crazy to me how certain things that are said to you in your life and certain lessons stick with you for so long, forever, right? For your entire life. And my football coach, my old football coach, I don't know if anybody watching this can relate or knows who I'm talking about, but he would always say these quotes, and a lot of them stuck with me, which I thought was really cool. So I guess if there's anything I took from that, it was some words of wisdom from him. But one of the things he would always tell us is to get comfortable being uncomfortable. And I always loved that. I always loved that. I don't know where he got it. I want everybody to think about a moment in their life when they were super uncomfortable to do something or talk to somebody or have that conversation, right? And think about everything that preceded that and everything that succeeded that. I bet you'll find more often than not, everything that succeeded that discomfort up leveled you in ways that you probably didn't even imagine, you know? And look, it might not be a crazy thing. And if it's not a crazy thing, it probably didn't make you super uncomfortable, to be honest with you. But there's moments that I look back in my life and I tell myself, wow, that was nerve wracking, but I came out the other side a better person, and I, got what I wanted out of, let's say, a conversation or doing something, and it was so incredibly worth it. So I know for a fact everybody in life deals with that, and the challenge is that when you're living in it, you don't realize. But hopefully, the point of me asking that question is for you guys to look back and say, you know what, that was super uncomfortable, but I did it, and like I said, I came out a better person, right? And I know this is difficult when you're living in it, but I want people to almost recognize when you're in that discomfort and realize that something better is on the other side. And once you get through that, you break that threshold. It's difficult, but it feels so good. I also want you guys to be aware that when you avoid discomfort, your world gets smaller, right? You have less opportunities available to you, because if you're not willing to, push yourself out of your comfort zone little by little, you're not going to grow. It's such a basic metaphor, right? You're in this little bubble of comfort and you never choose to leave it. You don't know what's going on outside. You're never going to understand because you enjoy the comfort, and but the second you start, poking at the boundary, it's like, holy shit, there's a world out there. There's things out there that I can achieve and accomplish and do, and it requires you to exercise that muscle of discomfort and get comfortable being uncomfortable. And I think that's something that people are obviously resistant to, and that's normal, but it's the idea of doing those things anyway. And that's my point about getting comfortable being uncomfortable. It's like it becomes second nature for you. And I want to relay that into the second point of this video. It's building a tolerance for stress. People generally look at stress as a bad thing, and it is in unhealthy amounts, of course. My brother's big on cortisol and stuff. He says I need to bring my cortisol levels down. He's probably right. But stress sharpens focus, it builds resilience, and it prepares you for the difficult things in life. And that is such a valuable skill, especially as a man personally. I feel I almost have a duty and obligation to the people in my life to be able to deal with stress and be that sort of backbone in people's lives and stuff like that, or the people in my life at least. And but yeah, the stress itself isn't the problem, it's the way you're dealing with it, right? If you're stressed and you're drinking, smoking, doing drugs, or gambling, or God forbid being abusive and things of that nature, the stress isn't the problem, it's your outlets. So stress, like anything, it's like building a muscle, right? You slowly learn how to deal with more and more and more stress through your experiences, right? Through repetition. So it's a difficult concept that I'm sure not everybody agrees with me, which is okay. Obviously, that's kind of the whole point of having these conversations. It's really just to get you thinking, right? But in my opinion, it's not about how do I avoid stress. It's how do I learn to better deal with stress? Because you're gonna be stressed out at some point in your life. So you might as well use it as an opportunity to become a better version of yourself and be able to tolerate stuff like that. So it's not a matter of how do I avoid it, because it's unavoidable. That's the whole point. It's like, how do I deal with it better and build a higher tolerance, have more mental resilience, stuff like that. So that's the idea. So yes, it's hard. Yes, these are things we don't want to do inherently, but the whole idea behind that concept and these videos and all the things I'm saying is to become the best version of yourself. Punch through the ceiling, grow, learn, expand, and I promise you, I promise you, I promise you, I promise you, it will all be worth it in the end. You'll be laying on your deathbed knowing you went all out and you accomplished great things as a result. So